number 30. Breakfast in bed. One last time. I'm gonna pack up. My tent is covered in ice on the inside. Didn't take very much precautions for condensation, but I don't really care because it's my last night, so I'll dry this stuff out later. So I'm gonna eat up, pack up, and hit the old dusty trail one last time. Oh, cold night. Day 30. And it's the final day. It's about 7 a.m. It's a cold night. Didn't sleep that well, but doesn't matter. Headed out. As luck would have it, my phone is about to die, and my auxiliary battery that I brought to charge my phone is dead. So I'm gonna turn off my phone. Not gonna get too much footage today, but don't need to anyway. I've gotten most everything I came for, so got about a 20-mile stretch left, and it's really nothing but a high-speed burn down from 11,000 to 6,000 feet. And pretty hard to believe. So no music today, no podcasts, not much filming. Just turn my phone off and try and soak in the end of this. Soak in these last few miles. So I'll catch up with you guys down the trail a little ways, okay? Way down there in the distance. That's Durango. So as this journey is coming to an end, I've been doing a lot of reflecting over the past 2 days. Once I've realized, hey, looks like I'm gonna make it. I try to think a lot about why I do this, why I do these things. Obviously I've chosen a bit of an unconventional path in my life. I like to think I strike some sort of balance between being a responsible human and contributing and planning for myself in the future and my family, but I've also obviously kind of struck out and kind of taken an unconventional path in a lot of ways. And I wonder, what makes that, what's the recipe that creates that? And it's hard to put my finger on it, but it's a combination of a lot of things. I've always struggled with the term, I hate that term, self-made man, because I just don't believe that there is such a thing. I'm a sum of everyone that I've ever come in contact with. For me, I think it started, when I was a kid, my dad used to lay on the floor next to my bed when I would try, in an effort to try to help me go to sleep, and he'd tell me these stories, his adventures of going cross country back in the 60s, he'd tell me other stories of adventure. And so, like, for me, I think it instilled something very early on about just adventure, like the need for it constantly, and all it offered. And then as I got older, I went through a series of losses. My mother passed away when I was about 18 or 19, and not too long after that, one of my closest friends, Ryan, lost his life, and at such an early age. One of my closest friends, Matt, was diagnosed with cancer at an early age. And I think all of these things kind of happening in what were still some of my formative years left me with a sense of like life is fleeting. And while I think it's important to plan for the future and to be responsible for if and when that day comes, I think in my opinion, you have to try to strike a balance between living for today, but also living responsibly enough in case tomorrow does come, if that makes sense. So I really feel like I've been inspired by some of the people that I've lost to try to get the most out of this life. And so their life being cut short has resulted in me living like multiple lives, almost, it feels like. Like, I'm so fortunate. I'm so wealthy in the sense of like all the experiences I've had and places I've gone and what I've been through and experienced. And I also have like the most beautiful and fulfilling home life that anyone could ever want, Like, I'm not going back sleeping on some floor or living in an apartment with 5 other dirty hikers. I'm going home to like this beautiful woman who agreed to spend the rest of her life with me in our home. And I'm just a very fortunate person. And I guess that's really, like I said, thanks to all the people that have affected me. It's everybody, that's given me the strength and courage and so I say thank you to those that are here, and just as importantly to those who aren't. I do feel like there have been some times where I don't know how I survived some things that I've done. And I don't know. When I look back on it, I don't feel like I was alone. So, thank you. And very grateful. Again, there's been no shortage of me complaining on this trip. And so I want to make sure there's no shortage of me saying how grateful and fortunate I am. Yeah, I'm a lucky man. So, no matter how long this life goes on for me, it's been more than I could have asked for. So, thank you. And thanks for following along. Let's go to Durango.